Welcome, my brothers and my sisters, to the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. Now, brothers and sisters, normally you are used to listening to the beginning intro of the Sister Speak Show, but we are in the middle, my brothers and sisters, of transitioning and having a brand new intro that is going to be fire. Gas, my brothers and sisters. So anyway, shout out to all of you who are listening live this evening, my brothers and sisters. We're going to go ahead and get this party cracking. I am the host, creator, and producer of the Sister Speak Show. I go by the name of what I was given when I was born, Ayana. And I am so excited to vibe out with you all this evening. This is Made Music. You are listening to the tour on the Sister Speak Show, where we cover every aspect of the music industry. And we definitely support independent music artists. And we have a very special guest this evening, my brothers and sisters, who will be calling in. Now, let me just go ahead and get everything in the way so we can go ahead and vibe out. For all of my first-time listeners, once again, welcome into my regular listeners. How y'all doing, my brothers and sisters? Check this out. When you're listening to the Sister Speak Show, there are 6 segments that are dedicated towards you. And within those segments, there are special guest interviews, live performances, in-studio interviews, and live on-location reports. Now, check this in. The special guests who will be on the Sister Speak Show are dynamic, and they are impacting the communities with their passions, y'all. I mean, it's real serious here. And not only that, the Sister Speak Show is a talk show that will also keep your mind and your soul informed, energized, and encouraged, my brothers and sisters. We are a cultural renaissance platform that influences a climate that is conducive to who you are and who you should be. No reckless entertainment, just responsible listening, nourishment. We don't go dumb, we go wisdom on the Sister Speak Show, my brothers and my sisters. Now that you all know what we have cracking on the Sister Speak Show, let's go ahead and get this party all the way started. We have to go ahead and handle all the house rules, because that's just how we do a professional podcast, my brothers and sisters. We have 3 commercial breaks that we must take in order to, keep the flow going. And then after the commercial breaks, guess what? We'll be back and we're going to vibe out. And then within the commercial breaks, you're going to find out who my very special guest is. We're going to talk about who he is after you hear this commercial break and the other 2 commercial breaks. And then we're on and we're popping. Stay tuned. This is Ayana. You are listening live to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. Let's get it. Let's go. Saturday on the tour on the Sister Speak Show from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, my special guest will be recording artist Malcolm Taylor. Listen live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time as we dive right into his purpose and his passions in the music industry. Malcolm is also featured on Made Music, where we will be playing 3 of his songs. On the tour, where we cover every aspect of the music industry and support our national independent artists. On the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. Made Music is here on the tour on the Sister Speak Show, starting this Friday. Listen live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time to fresh music. That's right, we're going to be featuring these dope, phenomenal, independent artists on the Sister Speak Show starting this Friday, May 4th, on the tour, where we cover every aspect of the music industry. So don't forget to listen live through Spreaker on the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action.
Listening to the Sister Speak Show is even easier now with the new abilities available from Spreaker Skill on Amazon Alexa. With Spreaker on Alexa, you can now listen to the Sister Speak Show from even more places from all around the world. You also have navigation control, fast forward and rewind podcast to make sure you never miss a second of your favorite show. And then you can ask for show recommendations like the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. brothers and sisters, we want you to listen live and on demand to the Sister Speak Show. There are 6 segments dedicated to serving you, my brothers and sisters. We have the platform, coming to the stage, the culture climate, the laugh line, the tour, and the search effort. Oh, the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve.
Welcome back, my brothers and sisters. You are listening live to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. I am your host, Ayana. I'm so excited about my special guest. Yes, brothers and sisters, recording artist, Malcolm Taylor from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, my brothers and sisters. Yes, we are going to vibe out. We're going to talk about his music, his passions, his purpose. We're going to dive into it. The Sister Speak Show, I kind of want to warn you in advance for all the first-time listeners. We keep it 100 on the Sister Speak Show. We do not hold it back. Now, we keep it professional, we keep it real, and we keep it true. And real and true are 2 different things. See, let me go ahead and get this together for y'all. See, when you listen to the tour, you got to understand that I'm here for the independent music artist. I'm here for the love of music. I really like to listen to music, but I don't like to listen to just any old kind of music. So that's why with May Music Month, just to get just a little bit into that for you all who just heard the commercial, the reason why we have May Music Month is because there are, I believe, millions of dope independent artists who are overlooked, who may not be getting the push that they need, that are my brothers and sisters. And so for those who are my brothers and sisters and within the village, within the tribes, I'm here for them. I'm here for you because it is very important that your talent be heard, that it be supported, that it be shared nationally, internationally, and even locally. You know, the thing about it is when you're on the grind and you're an independent artist, support can be up and it can be down. Blessed are you if you have a team that is go you know what I'm saying? And also go them at the same time. You know, a team that's full of creative artists that push each other and so on and so forth. That's just a blessing. So the thing about it is with May Music Month, you know, we want to dedicate as much effort as we can into pushing your line, your drive, your gas, your fire. But we will not push under any circumstances anything that sucks. Clearing that with you right now. Now, some of you are saying you're talking about encouragement, but you're also talking about sucking. Look, I'm not a hater, but I am a factor. I will state facts. If it walks and talks, it is, you know, and so we just have to keep it 100 because we don't want to be the type of people who, you know, just sit there and tell you that it sounds good if it doesn't, right? Because we want it to be the best. And so we really want to just highlight those who have been pushing, been grinding, been doing their thing, and even those who are just on the scene but have a serious grind, discipline, and mentality. So with May Music Month, when you listen live every single Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, you're getting fresh music. You hear me? You're getting dope beats. You're getting serious gas, serious fire, serious lyricists and MCs that are phenomenal and have SoundClouds, have iTunes, on Spotify. You know, it's not like they don't have anything, okay? They're out there. So this is just a platform that they're coming through. You know, I don't charge a fee. You know, why charge a fee when we can all get it together and God will bless us because he's not a midget? Hello, someone and somebody. So that's what the Sister Speak Show is about on the tour. And that's what May Music is about on the tour. So I just want to clear the air. You know, I always say this, and if you listen and you will always listen, I will always say this. Like, if you're not qualified to be behind the microphone, then move out the way. Come here, Ludacris. Tell them how to get out the way. Get out the way. Because look, you don't need to be in the booth if there's no proof. And I don't need to be a sleuth to see that you don't really have bars and then you don't have any gas. It's in the wax. It's in the way you present it. It's all of that. So I really want to encourage you. I want to discourage you from doing something that you ain't supposed to be doing. Okay? Look, it's just like somebody trying to jump off the ledge. You're there to talk them out of it. Well, I'm here to talk you out of doing the rap life, the singing life, if it's not for you. But if it is for you, my brothers and sisters, I am here and I am ready to support you in any way possible. And I just hope and I pray that your grind, your passion, and your purpose and your stamp in the music industry is well deserved and well noticed, right? So with us being on not just, the regular platforms that we were on before, through Spreaker, Amazon Alexa, which we are syndicated through, as well as we're on SoundCloud, YouTube. We've been added to Tumblr, TuneIn Radio, and iHeartRadio. So this platform expansion is for the special guest. Yes, it's for me also, but this is a blessing that we all share in. You know what I'm saying? So when you come to the Sister Speak show, check this in. When you come to the Sister Speak show, you need to understand this, that I give encouragement, I keep it 100, there's correction, rebuke, there's all kind of, and there's a lot of humor. Why? Because that's what you all need. We want to be the flavor in your ear. The Sister Speak show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. So with Malcolm Taylor coming on the scene, let me just give you just a little background about how I even got to this interview before this brother calls in, because I'm so excited to vibe out with him. Okay? And if you all want to chat live, you can do so. Keep it cool, keep it righteous, because you don't want this ding, ding, ding in this corner, weighing 128. You don't want it. Okay, verbally. So listen, anyway, moving forward, Jermichael Breckenridge of Mayhem Clothing, streetwear. I'm so excited about that. He introduced me to Malcolm Taylor through a direct message. He was like, yo, because I tell all my special guests, because Jermichael was on, the Sister Speak show. He was on the platform. Check him out. Shout out to him. Check him out. Dope clothing line. I'm really excited about everything he has going on. He was like, hey, you need to check out this brother. And I was like, okay. Thank you for the referral, the reference. I'll check him out. And I was like, oh, yes. I definitely want to vibe out with this brother. So thank you. That's what the Sister Speak show is. We network. All of my special guests can work with each other in some way, shape, or form. That's what it's about. See, we don't hate over here. We do factor, but we don't hate. So anyway, check this in. I've got some clips I will play for you. Not now, because it's approaching that time that we're going to get ready to vibe out with my special guest, your special guest as well. But one thing that this clip is going to do is just going to give you just a little background about the music scene in Philly, a different perspective, after we vibe out with our special guest. It's only proper that we hear his take first, get that organic, take on the music scene, and then we'll listen to that clip. And I would like to play one of his songs definitely before he calls in. And I know he's listening live. Now, his songs are Nobody Matters, Purpose, and Call Me, I believe. And with those songs, I'm so excited because we just get an opportunity to hear freshness. The Philly music scene has been on and popping for a long time. It's not like it hasn't just been, something that's just been on the scene. It's on the scene. So after he calls in, I'm going to play his music, and then, you'll chat live with us if you want to. But the music scene is so serious, and there are so many people on their grind. But, I just hate to listen to something that just doesn't sound good. But I got to tell you, the artist last night on the Sister Speak show, on the tour that we launched, Allie Ballad, Extra Hustler, and J-Rob lit it on fire. I'm talking about straight fire, like fire. It was so, the smoke alarms were at an all-time go off. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's so amazing to hear fresh music. I don't know about you, but hearing something in rotation that I ain't asked to put in rotation is a mother. I like good music, great music, excellent music. And the artists that come on the Sister Speak show are They give it to you. Ooh, here it goes, but on time. Okay. Calling in live to the Sister Speak Show, my brothers and sisters, I need you to give a round of applause for recording artist Malcolm Taylor. Let's give it up, y'all. Oh, of course. Well, we got to let the applause go all the way through because it's well deserved. So how are you doing today? How's your day going?
It's going pretty good. Just came from the movies, actually.
Okay, and so what did you see?
Me, my lady, and my son went to go see Avengers.
That's what's up. Shout out to your lady and your son. Family time. That's what it's all about. So we're going to get into it. Brothers and sisters, I told you we have a very, very special guest on the phone. He just told you, he's had a wonderful day. And I told you it's Malcolm Taylor, recording artist. Malcolm Taylor. Hold on. I'm going to really set the stage. The Malcolm Taylor. Yes, in the building live, all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I'm so excited about this interview. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Malcolm. Okay, Malcolm.
That intro right there is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Malcolm Taylor, that's awesome. I appreciate that.
Of course, my brother. Well, do propers wherever they need to be going. That's just what it is, what we do on the Sister Speak Show. We address people properly when they walk into the room or when they call on the phone with a sense of royalty, if you understand what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get that.
Okay, that's what we do. So anyway, let's move forward. Your passions with music and, your passion with writing, your passion with recording is something that is what a lot of independent artists strive to have. So when did you discover that you had the passion and the talent for music?
Ever since I was born, I always liked music. I didn't necessarily know that I was going to be a recording artist, but the moment I was able to start writing, I just fell in love with it. It actually happened like in middle school. Our English teacher had us free write, basically, like do some poetry. Then you had to stand up and recite it. And ever since I did that, and the feedback that I got from the classroom from that, it just made me want to write. And it's before I even started writing to beats or anything.
Yeah.
So very young. So I really didn't start taking it serious till 2014.
Oh, that's pretty recent. So let's just stay there in those days where you were, writing poetry, because I find it very common and very therapeutic for, to write. And I also find it very common that a lot of artists started out, somewhere in school, picking up a pen, an assignment or something geared towards that. And they just fell in love with writing poetry. And then henceforth, here they are doing phenomenal things. So did you find, poetry to be particularly therapeutic for you also?
At that time, I didn't even know it was poetry until the teacher introduced it to me. But yeah, I just was just feeling creative and just getting some wild thoughts out.
And
so, yeah, it was pretty therapeutic.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think, music can also be therapy. Do you find music to be therapeutic?
Of course. Many a times I felt like I should be talking to a therapist, but I just rather not. So I just go in the booth and just get it off my chest.
And so, what are some of the influences that, or influence, I'll say the influences that, make you write? Like what will make you go and get in the booth?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
I said, what are some of the things that'll make you go and get in the booth? What are some of the, is that the place where you take out most of your aggression? Or, what are some of the, things that go on in your life that will make you say, I want to write a song about this, or I need to take this out on the microphone?
A lot of times it's just everyday life. It could be other people's stories, my stories, but I just find myself sometimes just I might not have a pen and paper with me all day, every day. So something might just pop up in my head. I might just pick up my phone and just write the concept of my notes or a couple lines of my notes, and later on I gradually start. You know what I mean? Finish writing. So all day, every day, I got like a million thoughts, and that's the way like I keep track of them, basically.
So how did you get started with the independent music grind?
Just doing a lot of research and just seeing other people make it look possible that you can do it, like your Master P's, your Jay-Z's, and stuff like that. And I just wanted that. I had wanted to grow my fan base organically, and when you do that, they just stick with you through your whole career, and that's what I was focusing on.
That's what's up.
That's what I was focusing on.
Right. And so let's talk about that organic fan base, because I find it to be common that a lot of people will kind of, buy their fan base, if you will, or, manipulate their following or, things like that. So why is an organic fan base important to you?
It's important because first they get to see you grow as an artist, and they're not only in love with your music, they're in love of the things that you represent, the message that you're putting out, and which in turn, they basically become like a second part of your family, and they want to see you win. So that's basically the better part of having organic fans. Having fans for the moment, you have a hot song going, so they ride the wave, they love what they're hearing right now, but you only hot as your last song in this music industry. Yeah. So when you're going through a rough patch, they'll trade on you because they wasn't really a loyal fan from the beginning.
And say that, and that's very true. Those who are fly by night and those who are solid, no matter what type of tempest arises. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of support group that you need. And so let's talk about, your following or, your fams. Some people call them fams, some people call them fans, I call them supporters. Let's talk about them. How have they been a motivating factor for you? I know they've seen, they get to watch you grow, but what is it the most that you like about them?
The fact that I can easily communicate with them. There's no middleman between me and supporters and fans. There's no middleman. I literally gave them access to contact me whenever they want. Wow. Which is through phone, text. Sometimes I surprise and FaceTime them and just ask them. This how their day going.
Wow.
And that's what I chose to do, just to cut out the middleman and really vibe out with them. So they can, I can easily be accessible.
Oh, definitely. And I think with the way social media has advanced, the walls are down and accessibility is at an all-time high. And so I think that's where a lot of, the independent grind works for us, is because we're able to get these connections, and we're able to put ourselves out there without having to spend. I know you have to definitely invest in your brand, but, without having to lose your creative control, you know what I mean? Without having to sell yourself out or sell yourself short. I think social media definitely has an advantage for those on the independent grind. So one thing I want to talk to you about is, when you have recorded and, you have finally got everything together, what makes you say this is a go? This is okay, I'm ready to put this out. What is the final detailing look like for you when you're putting together your songs?
So when you say finally ready to go, are you just talking about a song or are you talking about a project?
Yeah, when after you go in there, you go into the booth, you're getting ready to put together a project, like, what is the final green light? Because some people are perfectionists, some people are, say I'm going to wait, 8 months to put this project out. So what are some of your tactics, if you will, in finalizing a project and pushing it,
Sometimes I might write a song at night, record it at night, and it can be flawless. And sometimes most of the time, it's the writing process that takes the longest for me. So as I go in the studio, it's easy for me to record. But when I I know that a project is ready to go is when it's just the music is undeniable. Like, this is just good music. It's not like I'm just putting songs on this project. I'm like, this one is okay. I think they'll like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only putting stuff on there that I like from the first time I put it on. Like, this is it right here.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. And keep going.
So that's how I kind of finalize the project, and then I go back and play and listen for the sounds I can tweak or how I could use my voice different in a certain pocket and stuff like that. So it's always, me and my engineer always go back in to try to figure those little things that we can fix to make the song sound even better. And once all of that is finished, then we do the copywriting, the publishing, and then we just start from there on figuring out how we want to market it, how we want to get it out to the public, and how we want to convey our message that, on the product that we're putting out.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate your grind, and I appreciate the fact that you obviously take it very seriously. How would you tell the listening audience, how would you describe your music?
Passionate. One thing I would say is feeling. Mm-hmm. And that feeling could be anything. I just know when you sit down and you listen to Marco Taylor, he's going to leave an impression on you. He's going to leave a feeling on you. Pain, aggression, happy, so many different adjectives. The number one thing I would say is inspiring and motivating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. And so is there anybody else in your family that's musically, talented, or is it just something that just, happened with you?
You know what? It's kind of in our genes. Two of my sisters, they are really good dancers. Mm-hmm. One is a dance instructor at a college.
That's what's up.
My father is a DJ.
Wow. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. I like that. It's like, you just piece the journey together. So, have you performed any of your music before an audience?
Of course, yes.
Of course. I know you. Of course you have. And so, that just helped. Okay. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the steps that you take in order to get ready for a show, because a lot of independent artists, I feel like whenever they listen to the Sister Speak show and they get to listen to you all, you all really help them out and equip them with knowledge, with your journey, with wisdom. And so anything that you say, you'd be surprised at how it will influence someone who is, on the same path that you are. So, when you get ready to perform, take us through that and let us experience that moment when you're getting ready to perform and all that goes into a show, so people can really understand how much hard work they need to put into a show in order to maximize the performance.
Right. So, I like to feel like if you already, then you don't need to get ready. And what I mean by that is practicing is key. Mm-hmm. So, I'm already practicing on the regular, on my breathing, on the songs that I want to perform, my breaths, my movements, and stuff like that, how I want to work the stage. Just practicing on the daily, making sure I remember all my lyrics, so I don't fumble over the words once I'm on stage and stuff like that. So that's just like something that you should put in your weekly routine, to the point where when you miss a step or you miss a day, you feel weird. So it's basically just being consistent with yourself. Yeah. I mean, nobody's going to be perfect, but if you keep practicing, you can just perfect your craft.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I like to do.
I appreciate that, and so when you're on stage, take us through that. Like, how does it feel to be on stage and just see people, you know, see the crowd rocking with you, you know, saying your lyrics, you know, really just feeling like what's that like?
On stage, I actually like feel at peace.
Okay.
Like this is actually what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And you know, like that 5 seconds before you touch that stage, of course you got the jitteries.
Yes.
So like if your dreams don't scare you, then that is not your dream. As soon as you hit that stage, and I just feel home. I feel like myself.
Yes. Yes.
So I say the feedback from the crowd is just like fuel. It just gasses me up, and I just go hard. And I'm one artist that loves participating with the crowd, just talking, interacting with the crowd, and really getting them know, really letting them get to know who I am while I'm on stage also.
Yeah. And that's what's up. You know, being able to interact with your audience, I feel like is key. If you can lock them in and they can rock with you from beginning, middle to end, then you definitely, you know, the law of attraction is so real. And, you know, what you put out there, you will attract. And so, you know, if you out there giving it your all, then they can see it, they can feel it, and you're gonna see it in their responses, in their comments. You know, great show. Oh my gosh, the energy was just through the roof. He really, you know, interacts with us, you know, and that's what's up. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you take, you know, your gifts seriously, and the fact that, you know, you're willing to take the time to produce something that is worth listening to, because fresh music is in. You know, funky music is out. I ain't mad at funk music, you know, but there's a difference between funk and funk. You know what I mean? And it's just so it's been time for the local, national, and international independent artists who don't get the push or the recognition that they should, or as much as they should, to get it. Because I just feel like, you know, if we continue to glorify and idolize certain, you know, entertainers, then we're going to always be stuck in this, you know, this stifling, this box of music, right? And it's just like there are several dope MCs, right? So we honestly cannot say anybody is the GOAT. We can't. You can't do that because, you know, if you have not traveled to every state, every city, and listened to the ones who have the music talent, you know what I mean, then you cannot sit there and say that he's the greatest rapper or she's the greatest singer or this or that. You can say one of, and when you do that, you know what I mean, then you leave the door open for the other ones to come through, you know. So that's why I support the independent music grind, and I support you and what you have going on. Now, of course. So one thing I want to talk to you about, and I'm sure the listening audience wants to know about, and you are listening live to the tour on the Sister Speak show. I am your host, Ayana, and our very special guest is recording artist, the Malcolm Taylor, all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we're so excited about him calling in. So this is one thing I want to talk to you about. What have been some of your musical influences, you know, as far as people who you just feel like, and it doesn't matter what genre of music that they participate in, like who are some of the just dopest musical artists to you? Give me about 5 to 7.
5, right off the bat, I have to say Lauryn Hill.
Yes.
I have to say Lauryn Hill and Mary J. Blige. That's what I heard in the house a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have to move to Jay-Z and Nas and DMX. All three artists that I grew up on listening to. And I had to say one more person. That would probably have to be Andre 3000. Yeah. So let's talk about these artists. You know, what in particular about Andre 3000, you know, do you like? Because I particularly like, you know, Andre 3000. I think one of the dopest
collaborations I've ever heard was with, Outkast and Slick Rick, the art of storytelling. Dopest of all times. I made sure that I memorized that rap. Because, when you're out with your peoples and stuff, you always want to look cool. You want to know the raps. You want to know the rhymes. You don't want to drop no bars. You don't want to forget the lyrics. So you got, there's some raps where it's just like, okay, I need to know every single one of these because everybody's going to know that I know the lyrics and they're going to think I'm cool. Okay. So anyway, tell me, what about Andre 3000, do you like?
I would say his fearless and his style and his whole approach.
Mm-hmm.
Some things that I wouldn't wear that he wear, but it's just he's comfortable in his skin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Comfortable with being him. That's one thing. And his approach on the tracks.
Mm.
How he starts his verses, how he pronounces words,
mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. That's what I really admire about Andre 3000. And of course that he's a great lyricist. Definitely. And, one thing you just said is just talking about like some of the things that he wears you would not wear. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because I do feel like the movement of taking men to a different level as far as looks are concerned is really, to me, I'm very concerned about the way the music industry is going and the way they have our brothers looking and the way that some of the brothers choose to look, because it's, there's one thing about, expression and being stylish and having your own thing that you do. And then there's some things that are just dead wrong, right? And it's just like, what is going on here? Because, some of the movement that I see with the brothers is just like, why? So tell me, what do you think is going on with the looks that are coming forth with the music industry, with men in particular? Men in particular, sometimes I think it's trolling. And I'm going to put a dress on and get attention. Another thing could be, sometimes you got to believe what you see.
Say that then.
And I'm not saying anything is wrong. I mean, if that's your preference, then that's your preference. And sometimes I just think people are following after others. Or they can actually like the clothes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not judging.
Yeah. I am. I have a gavel in my hand about some things because some things are just out of order. And when you see some things that are out of order, it's just like, look, there was a day and an age where this was never okay. I think
I tend to like see things that's out of order or just see things that's just I feel like people are just doing just to get the attention.
Yeah.
And when I see it, I just step back and don't give it my attention.
Yes. Yes.
Don't repost it. Don't share it.
Yeah.
Don't even talk about it with nobody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's another thing about that creative control again that is so precious to the independent artist, right? Because if somebody says, hey, I want you to put on some biker shorts and some cowboy boots with a fanny pack and a tight t-shirt, you can say no, right? Because, hey, you have creative control. But if you are signed to somebody, they may say, look, this is how we want you to look. This is what it's going to be. We're going to give you a diamond necklace to put around your neck. But put on these hot Al Green, because Al Green had a pair of hot pink, the hottest pink biker shorts I had ever seen in my life, and took a picture in them. Bold, okay? On an album cover. I think it's on an album cover. You just never know. You don't want the people in your circle to say to you, put these pink biker shorts on with cowboy boots. You know what I mean? So that creative control is precious. And, you also, in just moving forward, you also mentioned, let's talk about the sister, Lauryn Hill, who I definitely am feeling. I just saw a clip where she was performing and she took the remix that Drake had taken from her and then did a rap over the remix that Drake had done to her song, and it was just fire. So what is it? Yeah, what do you
even get a chance to watch it? Yeah.
Check that out on the gram. It's floating through. Hashtag it. I think I might have seen it on the Shade Room. I don't know, but you'll see it because stuff is always floating through the gram. So what is it about this sister that you put in the top 6?
Just how she was able to be so good at both singing and rapping.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people don't give her just due as also being a rapper also.
Mm.
She was very dope. But just that mixture of both.
Yes.
That's really what I really gravitated to.
Yes, I feel you so much. And I think a lot of people just like the fact that, she's a melanated sister. And, all sisters are melanated. Excuse me. I don't want you guys getting upset. She is a sister of a browner hue. And not only that, just like you said, very talented, when she sings, when she rhymes, the Sweetest Thing Mahogany remix is absolutely fire. But she is just dope. When you can present yourself before people without having to uncover yourself, without having to sexualize yourself, when you could just come forward and be who you are, that's power. You know what I mean? That's power. And that's a power that many sisters don't tap into because they are caught up in, I need a heart, I need a follow, I need a DM, I need a comment, I need to be validated. And a lot of sisters are going about validation in a very spiritually destructive way, in a way that kind of adds a lot of years to their journey, going backwards instead of forward. And I feel like if a lot of sisters would look at Lauryn Hill, and if they would look at other sisters who do cover up, but are still powerful, still talented, still beautiful, and still get the same type of following, but they get something that's called respect. And respect is valuable. It is a treasure that a lot of people don't understand until they've done a few things. And then you start to say, wow, okay, my dignity, my integrity, my respect, because I grew up in an age where I was out there for about 4 years. I was wilding out. But see, we didn't have no camera phones. It was just word of mouth. It was just gossip was the send button. You know what I mean? And so, but now
everything can get caught on camera.
Yeah, for sure. And so you have, and you also have people who are willing to tell on themselves. People, hey, look at all the weed I got. Hey, look at all of this that I got going on. I mean, just their whole life, there's no mystery. You never see Scooby-Doo and them in a mystery van in their neighborhood because everything has already been out. The mystery's already solved. There's no clues. Nothing that we could grasp onto and see as an evolvement. I say we should always take cue from the caterpillar who is covered until it's time to come out. It's an amazing journey if you all would just take the time. Oh, Malcolm, I'm enjoying talking to you. Brothers and sisters, you are listening to The Tour. On the Sister Speak Show, the Malcolm Taylor is my special guest, and we're getting ready to transition into your songs that will be featured on May Music. We're featuring Call You, Nobody Matters, and Purpose. And I want to get into those 3 songs and what inspired you to create them. So let's get it. Let's go. Let's talk about Call You and what inspired you to create that song.
Call You is basically a situation that I know not just men, but also women go through. Sometimes you might be going in a rough patch in your relationship, or even before that rough patch begins, somebody else is already on your mind that you used to be in a relationship with in the past, or just used to have some good times with in the past. Mm-hmm. And that song is about a man reminiscing about a woman that he used to mess with in the past while he's in a relationship and while she's in a relationship also.
That's juicy, Malcolm.
Yeah, so that's what Call You is basically about.
That is juicy. And you know what? These things do happen. Wow. Okay, so would you create a video for this?
I have.
You did? Is it on YouTube?
Yep, it's on there right there.
I'm about to catch my life all the way up. I'm about to get it quickly, and I will. Brothers and sisters, we are going to, look, you all must go to YouTube, like I'm going to go to YouTube after this interview and check out this video. I can't wait to see it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, what is your advice to someone in this predicament?
Sit back and really think about is that past relationship that you was in, was it really worth it? Ask yourself, why did y'all break up, or why y'all not talking anymore, and really just think, like, is it just because I'm calling this girl, I'm just calling this man because I'm going through a hardship in my relationship right now? Should I just talk about it with my significant other so we can just get things back on the ball and rolling? It's just so many things. You got to figure out what you really want and why do you really want these things.
I'm going to tell you now. See, I'm married. I don't play that. Ever. What you need to do is skit and daddle. Keep it pushing. And that'd be the best thing, because in our life, we want to go through this journey without having to involve bails, bondsmen, public defenders, prosecuting attorneys, defense attorneys.
And sometimes you have many illusions and many thoughts.
Yeah.
So you should ask them, sometimes you should ask yourself, why am I having these thoughts?
The devil. That's the devil. See, See,
Temptation.
It is temptation. It is temptation. And, see, the thing about it is, and I'm glad you brought that up, a lot of times we will be unaware of a test until we're already sitting down at the desk and it's already taking place. A lot of times we have to be prepared for what's called pop quizzes. We've all had them. We've gone to school, minding our business, and the teacher, I used to be a teacher, the teacher would be like, okay, put everything on the floor and just put a pencil on your desk, pop quiz. Just throw your life all the way off. We didn't even trying to have no pop quiz, okay? The only thing he was trying to have was a Pop-Tart. That's it. Now, here you are having to take a pop quiz. In life, we have pop quizzes, we have final exams, which then advances to the next level. And we do have tests. And a lot of times, when you're married in particular, there may be an ex, because you can't catch everybody on social media now. It's so easy to do so. That may be like, let me see how such and such is doing, not knowing that they are married. Right? It can happen. But once you find out that they're married, you need to kick rocks. What you lingering around for? Why you still on the phone? When you then begin to entertain that, now you have brought on a world of trouble for yourself, because it's only a matter of time. These are tests to see how strong you are. Look, brothers, I got to give the brothers just some good game.
Let me hear.
Look, y'all need to learn how to curve a female. That is a good remedy for the side chick who lingers and lurks and crawls through the mud and comes up through the toilet, out the sewer system, looking to destroy and damage relationships. Y'all need to learn how to curve them, disable them, immobilize them. Do not feed in and activate the gremlins. Did you know if you throw water in a gizmo, he turns into a gremlin? Look. Y'all have got to understand these things. When you guys entertain the women, it causes major issues. Curve the side chick immediately. Okay? You feel me? I'm serious about that. They need it. I know the sisters are out there cheering for me right now, telling me, go, Yana, go. Because it's real. I'm serious about that. So, what do you think about that in the side chick?
I feel like men and women have temptations. And along with them temptations, you have choices. And I think you should just pick the better choice.
Yes, and definitely not male bashing. Brothers and sisters, I am definitely aware that the creeping is equal. I don't want the brothers, sending me any messages. I am definitely, yes, it is balanced, and we need to also curve the side. Well, what rhymes with chick? Okay, we can't say that. Let's see here. What will we call them?
It's side men out there also.
Yeah, I don't know what we would call them. Just a side man, because it's like a side chick. It just is like, so we got to have the equal, for the man. It's like the side what? You know what I mean? What would we call that? Y'all let me know. Y'all send me a comment. Let me know what we would call the man on the side. Anyway, all right, so let's move into Nobody Matters. And that's just like you, side chick. And side guy, you don't matter. All right, let's talk about Nobody Matters. What influenced you to create that?
That actually kind of started off as a poem. Mm-hmm. I just felt like writing, and it's basically about how a black man can be judged before you even know him. Just judging him off of how he looked, color of his skin, the way he walked, the way he talked, how the world perceives him. Mm-hmm. Not everybody in the world, but a lot of people. Mm-hmm. That's what that song is really about. And at the end of the song, I basically tied in to where it's not just a black thing, it's a human thing, it's an individual person thing. Mm-hmm. And the things that have you thinking like that, not knowing that you're being brainwashed by a bigger power that doesn't even care about you also.
Wow. I appreciate that. And I thank you for taking the time to shed that light, because I feel like you as an artist in particular, when you have such a platform that you have, you're able to speak and share and give wisdom to someone who may not ever hear it in any other way. And so I appreciate the fact that, you're able to connect with the audience on a deep level, because, the superficial things of life are just that. But when you can connect deeply with someone and actually, give them game, give them wisdom, give them love, give them support, that's what it's about. And I'm quite sure that your fans appreciate that. And I'm sure you have really touched a lot of hearts with your music. What have been some of the responses from some of the fans?
They love the record, honestly.
Yeah.
They love my perspective. That's basically all I'm giving, my perspective on that situation. Mm-hmm. And as a writer and a person that gets my voice heard, I also love listening. And I just thought, since they are listening to me, that they would want to hear my perspective. That's the whole point of why I like to listen. I like to get their perspective and just their thoughts that I might not have.
That's what's up. Yeah, I appreciate that. And what about Purpose? Let's get into that. What inspired you to create Purpose?
Purpose, I actually wrote about 2 years ago. I actually released the video to that 2 days ago.
What?
The video is phenomenal. It's actually a short film.
Okay.
Featuring another artist named Hugo Tay.
Okay.
So, that song basically was like me re-recognizing what my purpose is. Mm. I was at a low point, and I was thinking about quitting.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to write about it.
Yes.
And the first verse is basically about me saying how I wanted to quit because things weren't adding up.
Yes.
And, just going back to the street life and getting some money. And then also in that verse, I talk about how a fan had randomly hit me up at that time that I was going through that. And he was basically telling me that one of my songs had got him through a rough patch. And, I'm a firm believer that, everything happens for a reason. So I didn't think it was like a coincidence because I'm going through something now. He hit me up saying that one of my songs got him through something. So when he sent me that message, it just had me like, you know what? I can't quit because my words mean something to others. And that was that's my whole purpose of making music, to basically help and inspire people to tap into their full potential to be whatever they want to be and to do the things that they want to do. So that's my purpose in this whole thing with music in general.
I appreciate that, and I thank you for that. Brothers and sisters, you are definitely listening to the tour live on the Sister Speak show. My special guest is recording artist Malcolm Taylor. And one thing as we get ready to transition, and I wanted to first say to you and to everybody listening that I can identify so much with, what Malcolm just said, that we all experience these lows that sometimes, just like he said, it doesn't seem like things are going to add up. But one thing we have to kind of maybe change our perspective and realize that God multiplies by subtraction. So that's why things don't look like they're adding up, because they're not. They're being subtracted so you can move into the next level. And we will all go through various trials and tribulations that are for the shaping of our character development. And some trials do not feel good at all. And some trials can be at a reset where everything you had has been taken away from you, or you can't get move an inch forward. That's all designed for you to realize that you are stronger than what you think you are. And it is also designed for you to have what is needed for somebody else along your journey that has been assigned to your life. You have to go through some things so you'll be qualified to speak later on. And how can you have something to say if you have not been through the fire? We will go through several fires. It's not to burn us, it's to purify us, and it's to make us available for others. I don't want anybody to quit. I don't want anybody to take their life. I really don't. And I know that there are some circumstances that I have not yet experienced, but I have definitely experienced a lot. Enough to where I'm able to sit here and call my show the Sister Speak Show, because I care about those who are right there on the edge. I know what that is. You cannot give up. That's exactly what the devil wants you to do. He absolutely wants you to call it quits, because it's a wrap for him. But you are to have life, and to have life more abundantly. So no matter where you are right now, whether you have 2 cents, $2, $20, 200, 2,000, 200,000. No matter if you have a little to eat, just enough to eat, or a lot to eat, just a little gas, some gas, a whole lot of gas. Rent past due, paid rent on time, was only able to pay part of the time. Just lost your job, can't find your job, or loving your job. Whatever your circumstance is, family members not treating you right, your children not acting right, the world not treating you right, whatever it is, you got to hang in there, because you can. You can hang in there. These trials and tribulations shall too pass. I don't want anybody to give up, because there is something that you have been born to do. You would not be here if you did not have a purpose. And you need to understand that, No, this is not some cliche type thing. This is real talk. You're not here just to be here. You are here because he thought enough of you to create you. You are beautiful. You're wonderful. And you have talents. You have gifts and you have a purpose. And you must succeed in those things. So I don't want anybody to give up because we need you. You're important. You are vital. We love you. You hang in there now. And that's from the Sister Speak Show to my listening audience, as well as to you, my brother, Malcolm Taylor. I just want everybody to be encouraged.
Thank you for that.
Of course. No, thank you. No, I really thank you. You know, I would like for you to please tell everybody how they can get in touch with you and what's next for the Malcolm Taylor.
How you can get in touch with me is on Twitter and Instagram. Mm-hmm. My name on both of those are Born Malcolm. BORN as in born, and Malcolm, MALCOLM. Also, you can go listen to all my music and watch all my videos on my website, which is bornmalcolm.com.
Yes.
The things I have coming up, a bunch of music, just released Purpose and Call You. The videos are out now. The songs are all on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, on all those platforms. And I just have music dropping on a consistent basis as of now.
Yes, and shout out to Jermichael Breckenridge, who told me about you and said, I've got to get you on. You are absolutely dope. This brother referred, this interview, and I'm so glad that he did. So I appreciate it.
Shout out to the homie. He's been rocking with me for a while now.
That's love.
Rocking with me for a while now, man. I really appreciate him. Yes,
that's love. He is, that's what I would consider to be my little brother. He's definitely a family member of the Sister Speak Show. One thing that we want to do before we get out of here is, I need to send you a couple of things, definitely in your direct message, but, you were selected for May Music Month, and I just want to, number one, congratulate you for being a dope, phenomenal artist, and thank you for submitting, your 3 songs, and even though, I have you set up and I'm going to be playing your music May 11th, I am going to be playing one song this evening when we get off the phone, because I just have to let the listening audience just hear this flavor, hear this fire, and understand why we have him on, the tour on the Sister Speak Show. So I am honored to be able to converse with you this evening. I think you're very articulate. I think you are passionate about what you're doing, and I like your music, and I just like your vibe. I appreciate you for calling on time and just being a wonderful special guest. Is there anybody who you would like to send a shout out to?
Thank you so much. That's the first thing I want to say. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Just want to give a shout out to all the fans and all the supporters that have been rocking with me. For years, for months, for days, for weeks, doesn't really matter. I just want to say thank you to them. That's what I want to say.
Yes. Shout out to everybody who's listening and who supports this brother. Please continue to support him, as well as other independent artists. The grind is specific. It's real. It is taxing. It is a roller coaster, but it is worth every second, every minute, and you all make it worth it. So we really appreciate you all. Did you have a good time on the Sister Speak Show?
Yes, I did.
You did?
It's phenomenal.
Thank you. Oh, bless you. You too. I was like, I hope my energy doesn't run you off, because boy, I start out on 500 every day.
I'll be just track. I'm real chill and mellow, so a lot of times I need those type of people around me.
Okay.
I need to take some of that energy that you got.
I got a lot to give, brother. Anytime. And you know what's so special about this connection is this, that these aren't the only 3 songs that we're going to be playing on the Sister Speak Show. I really, anything you need, you want to come, call in, you got some music you want to drop, at my Gmail that you want me to play, anything you need, a commercial, a quick, whatever, it's good, I'll just give me a heads up. I'll give you 10 to 15 minutes. You come on live and, talk to the people and say what's happening and let them know what's new with Malcolm Taylor. But I definitely want to have you back on the show again.
Thank you. You can, I'll be on the show anytime. Definitely send you all the new music that I release.
Okay. And you know what? See, the beautiful thing about it is we are in the process of going live as far as visually. So, we are going, I'm not going to say anything else. We are in the process of that. So I would love to be able to meet every single one of my special guests live and we vibe out again to where the whole world can see us on a different level. And that's just the only thing I'm going to say. And it's coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right, my brother. I really appreciate you for being a very special guest. Thank you, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for sharing this king with us this evening on the tour. You all have been wonderful. And I'm not going to say goodbye to you. I'm just going to simply say that I will talk with you later because I'm about to get off into one of your songs right now. I got to give the listening audience a treat, if you don't mind.
No, you could definitely give them a song.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much, and we'll talk later. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, brothers and sisters, let's give a round of applause for the recording artist, Malcolm Taylor. This song is entitled Purpose by Malcolm Taylor. Let's get it. Let's go.
Too many watching, get it poppin' till I'm rotten just to get these kids options. Put a weapon to fight off anything toxic. These neighborhoods filled with souls that ain't got no purpose. So it's a need to inspire, and goddamn it is urgent. You would think it was the law the way these niggas purging. Death is certain, but too many heads and bullets merging. They giving out executions using lousy excuses. I'm trying to speak peace, but at times I be feeling useless. Which is foolish, cause it's clear to see I really do this. The way this dying culture is moving, I think I felt my purpose, my purpose.
Brothers and sisters, that was Purpose by Malcolm Taylor. That's what's up. You are listening live to the tour. I really, really like that song. My purpose, right? And that's what you all need to do, brothers and sisters, is tap into your purpose. And that is why we want you to be not only a faithful listener of the Sister Speak Show. We would love for you to be a special guest if you have tapped into your purpose, your passion, and you just want to come on a platform where you can just share with everybody. That's what we want you to do on the Sister Speak Show. I am so excited about Malcolm Taylor because he is absolutely just the bomb. And not only that, his music is crucial and it speaks to your soul, and you really want to be able to listen to music that is dedicated towards, making sure that you're going to be all right. Somebody who is interested in the fact that, I've been through something and I want to make sure that somebody else is equipped and knowledgeable on what to do and what not to do when they are facing this situation. That's what it's about. So thank you, my brother, Malcolm Taylor. Okay, now, one thing that I did tell you is that I just had a 2-minute clip that I wanted to share with you about the Philadelphia music scene. And although I didn't kind of get into it with Malcolm Taylor on this interview, we'll definitely do that the next time. But I do want to be able to play this clip because I just think it's kind of good to just, hear some of the things that are going on and get a perspective, because you cannot just sit on your mama's porch forever. You've got to get up, get out, and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass you by. Right. Okay, here we go. This is called the Philadelphia music scene. And this is by Nadija Hood.
Artists emerging every day. But what is it about Philly that makes its artistic community so unique?
I'm Julian King. I'm a singer-songwriter, 24 years old from Philly. I think what makes the Philly music scene different from other music scenes is that there's a culture of music here in Philadelphia that starts from the ground up, from the youngest of us to the oldest of us. A lot of Philly greats have come here, such as Vivian Green, Jill Scott, Jaguar Wright, Music Soul Child, Bilal. The list goes on. Jasmine Sullivan. And I believe it's just a culture. Like, everything about Philadelphia is music. The things you see, the things that you hear. There's culture all around the city. And I just think it's a part of us.
My name is Arnold Brasco. I'm a rap artist from out of Philadelphia. The Philly music scene is different from other scenes because there aren't as many outlets here, so I feel like the artists are more creative in their way to get everything to the people. Because, you go to these different cities and, some of them are big on radio stations, some of them are big on, club life and things like that. In Philly, it's a little bit different, so you have to be really creative in how you're going to get your product to the people and how you're going to gain that interest and gain traction to take it to the next level. So that's why I feel like Philly breeds some of the more hungrier artists because they have to do a lot more just to get to the ground level.
I go by the name of AIME, A-I-M-E. I'm an MC in Philadelphia, former Temple student. The biggest challenge of rapping in Philadelphia is that the industry itself is broken apart. If you go to different cities, if you go to LA, if you go to New York, there's like a sound community when it comes to recording studios, venues, the way you perform, the support that comes out. And in Philadelphia, it seems like it's like the music community. Even though there's so many talented people, it doesn't seem like there's one. Like it doesn't seem like there's a bond in the city. It doesn't seem like there's a support for different Philadelphia artists. It seems like more often than not, it's artists more out for themselves, and it's not really like Philly support Philly or anything like that. Also, it was a thriving music industry city, but they all left. They all went to bigger markets, and it just doesn't seem to be there anymore. It's like I don't think the music community and the industry in Philadelphia is anywhere near as strong as it used to be.
Brothers and sisters, that was the Philly music scene, and that was narrated and produced by Nadisha Hood. I appreciate that, sister, for creating that clip, and I found that on YouTube. Always got to cite your sources, because you don't know nobody coming and knocking on your door talking about, we'll see you at 8:15 in the morning as the defendant. Not happening. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I'm so excited that I got a chance to vibe out with my special guest. The fact that you got to listen live to the tour yet again, you know what I'm saying, and be able to be a part of music history. It's so important that we understand that independent music artists need our support, and that what they do is commendable, that their grind is serious, and that they have decided not to go the major record label route. And there's nothing wrong with going, a major label route. Understand what I'm saying to you somewhat, but that creative control is a blessing. You don't want anybody telling you, I'm serious because look, I got to be honest with you. I don't understand why more brothers did not lead a national protest when skinny jeans came out for men. I don't understand why y'all would not protesting with signs saying we will not put on pants made with hymens. We will not put on these tight pants. We will not jump from the top of our roof to get into these pants. See, that's where it went wrong. I am from a day and age where they talked about camel toe. So, y'all know what camel toe is. It's when it's all bunched up and it's just, there it is. There's the indentation. There's the fossil. Well, what do you call a man when he has on tight jeans and all of his, it's all right there? We call that mammal toe, brothers and sisters. I don't want it. I don't need to see you in jeans that look like my 5-year-old nephew could wear them. Okay? Look. And then you got nerve to have a belt on. I don't even know. I don't know what's up, but you're catching on fire every time you walk down the street. And I'm just telling you, that's not a good look for your brand. And then, the whole thing with just making men look like women and making men look, feminine. That's just not what's up. Now, some of you are like, whatever. Well, I'm not. I take a stance. I'm solid on what I'm saying. I grew up in an understanding of certain things, and I just know how things need to be in order. So I'm just telling you right now, never should it have ever been okay for the skinny jean movement. And I just don't understand why more brothers just didn't stand up and protest. You always got women protesting, no more this, no more that. I need brothers to really just take a stance. You know what I mean? Run these skinny jeans out of town. Seriously. Anyway, protect your brand, protect your look, protect everything that has been given to you and double it, multiply it righteously, uprightly. And also, brothers and sisters, if you are in the midst of where you don't know when it's going to get better, I'm going to tell you something. Suddenly is serious. And in the twinkling of an eye, it could change just like that. Everything. But one thing that you're not doing more than likely is you're not changing your outlook on the situation. You're saying things that make you go further into the pit. The power of your tongue is crucial. So you need to make sure that you are speaking life and life more abundantly. You need to make sure that you don't have curse words in your mouth. Well, what are curse words? Like, I can't, I won't, I'm giving up, I'll never make it, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not good enough, mama said, daddy said, grandma said, auntie said, uncle said, brother said, sister said. Should I keep going? You understand what I'm saying to you? Curse words are other people's thoughts to sabotage and assassinate your purpose in life. Those are curse words. So you may not speak them or receive them. If somebody speaks to you and it's getting ready to put their mouth on you to try to make you not be able to take flight, you have my permission to rebuke them in the name of Jesus the Christ. I'm serious about that. Oh, you didn't know? This is the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. You are on the verge of a breakthrough, but there are people in your environment, there are people in your elements, and there are people in your exercises that are hindering you from getting where you need to be. So it is time for you to understand that God multiplies by subtraction, and that you got to let him move the people out of your life that aren't supposed to be there. And sometimes he'll just deal with you by yourself. Part of your problem is you don't know how to be by yourself, so he can get along with you to perform the surgery that's needed so you can heal and advance. And another reason why some of you are so down and out about your situation is that you keep on watching other people get it. And you keep on watching what looks like other people are getting it. But in fact, it's an illusion. Take your eyes off of other people driving and keep your eyes on the road before you crash, before you get into an accident, before the car flips. You need to understand what I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, today. Stay in your own lane. Keep both hands on the steering wheel. Put on your seat belt. Make sure you're checking the rear view mirror to make sure nobody's going to hit you from behind. But whatever you do, don't you watch somebody else do what they do and get jealous about it. That leads to depression. Did you know that? Brothers and sisters, I appreciate you for allowing me to share this with you. Thank you for listening to the tour where we cover every aspect of the music industry, and we definitely support our independent music artists as well as our independent spoken word artists. We focus on the genres of R&B, hip-hop, spiritual inspiration, and spoken word. But hey, jazz, bring it. You know, you play a musical instrument and you've got recordings of your musical instrument. Let's talk about it. We're here for you on the Sister Speak Show. I am Ayana. My special guest this evening, our special guest this evening, Malcolm Taylor. Philly Stand Up. May music is in full effect. You do what you need to do to activate your purpose, activate your passions. And I'll see you on the other side of the Sister Speak Show. Now check this in. Tomorrow night live on the platform, my special guest will be Brandon Miles. So excited about that. He's an apparel and textile designer, and he will be on the platform where we focus on entrepreneurs and the business side of life. Brothers and sisters, at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. It'll be an evening show. I can't wait for you. If you've had a good time, let me know. I've had a great time with you. Until we speak again, my brothers and sisters, you be blessed and don't you be stressed. Take care now. I'll talk to you later.